HBCU rant, but it's weekly rant. And so Les Miles' story was gonna be the rant, but I found something even more rant worthy. So there's an announcer named Matt Rowan. It's a high school basketball announcer in Oklahoma. He's the owner and operator of streaming service OSPN, later admitted to using words and apologized. Hot mic moment, right? The incident happened before the match between Norman High School and Midwest City quarterfinal game. Kneeling for the national anthem symbolizes a protest against racism. We all know that now. Even though I personally wish people stop kneeling, but hey, we get it. Let's take some real actions now. But hey, but we know where the kneeling come from. Colin Kaepernick, 2016. Then everybody like, hey, he kneeled against the flag. He don't like military. Even though the military man told him to kneel. Even though we white and we have short memories and we act like we don't have film of Nate Boyer coming on national TV and telling everybody that he told Colin Kaepernick to kneel because it'd be more respectful. Right. So Matt Rowan's comments were overheard during a break in the live stream of the National Federation of High School Network. Appearing not to realize the stream was still live, he could be heard reacting to the decision by some of the players from Norman School to kneel while the Star Spangled Banner played. He said, "There, this is my country, cracker voice. They're kneeling. I hope Norman gets their ass kicked." He said, using profanity. "I hope they lose. Come on, Midwest City. They're going to kneel like that." He then went on to use profanity and a racial slur. Basically, he said it was like they fucking up something and some these niggas. That's what they called a bunch of high school girls. Hot mic moment. So him thinking that the mic was off said that. Now, in his apology, he blamed his diabetes. He said he said he had low blood sugar, and that was one of the reasons why it came out like that, because he had low blood sugar.
I can't even do nothing but laugh at that.
Boy, stop.
I mean, not to make, because like I mean I'm aware that if you diabetic, having a low blood sugar can make you delirious, but but come on, man. I mean, is he like he expect people to believe that?
Bruh. So you thought the mic was off. So in thinking the mic was off, he began to talk freely as he would normally talk. And he was basically like, "Fuck you niggas. I don't like y'all kneeling." That's literally what he said.
Right,
Thinking the mic was off.
right, and then that diabetes thing, like it wasn't affecting you during the broadcast.
Because you did a whole broadcast. He finished the broadcast.
Right. Only when, like you said, you thought the mic was off, that the diabetes was affecting you.
He got selective diabetes, right?
Right.
Oh, damn it, no, stop. Oh, okay, I'm back.
Right. I'm like, come on, man. And then like it just still amazed me that, I mean, I shouldn't even say amaze me. I mean, like it's, I don't even know. It's not
The
like
lies.
it's not about the flag, bro. Like, what are you doing?
But that's a white supremacist deflection tactic to remind the other white supremacists that they supposed to be maintaining the status quo. And these Negroes are shaking up the status quo. That's why their argument can't change. That's why it hasn't changed, and that's why it never made sense. Because it's about the flag. So that means y'all need to be mad at Nate Boyer. Because Nate Boyer told Colin Kaepernick to take a knee when Colin Kaepernick was originally sitting, which I feel like he should have kept doing. But he took a knee because a white Marine said, "Hey, this will make me feel better." And so Colin Kaepernick started taking the knee. So that means, according to their logic, that Nate Boyer in itself is treasonous and un-American.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the whole like, and if it's, and then like, if you want to say, oh man, it's politics or whatnot, I don't want to see it in sports. I mean, then we just stop playing it all together.
I mean,
Like,
look,
just hey, just say just be like, hey, the game started at 5 o'clock, and then 4:30 they warm up and they come out, and then at 5 o'clock start the game.
the national anthem does not have to be played anywhere,
Right,
especially at sporting events. It doesn't have, and we know that the NFL is only playing the national anthem because they're getting money from the military.
right.
Like we know that. But now I don't have an overall problem with anybody still kneeling. I just know that others know that the kneeling is kind of more of empty, empty gesture now than anything because it doesn't hold the same weight and the same flair that it did at the time of like 2016, 2017. But I'm not mad at anybody who's doing it. So
I was gonna say I feel you, but I still like to see people doing it just just so that hey, it's not forgotten. It's not
yeah,
forgotten
yeah,
that because as black people, obviously, we not gonna forget racism.
right.
But if you're a white person in America, it's real easy for you to be like, oh well, that's over now.
Yeah. Now
But
right.
every now and then, it's good for somebody just to be like, hey, don't forget about this.
Yeah, I just want us to follow up the kneeling with more with more of action that's good for us. Whether this organization or something like, let's not just leave it at the kneeling, but how could we take it to a step further that could benefit us? So that's
Mhm.
just my thoughts, and I'm not saying I'm right. I'm not saying I'm right. That's just my thought with it. So, but then again, that's why I say I don't have a problem with people kneeling.
I
So.
feel.
And so hell, knee long. But it's I'm tired of people with these half-ass apologies. Stop apologizing for stuff that you don't mean that you're sorry for because you're not sorry that you said what you said. You're sorry that you got caught. And it's always
100%.
funny. It's always funny. These white people say these things, but that's not them. Like we was talking about the dude who was talking about the Jazz and the Nuggets. And when he might have typed Nuggets and his phone said nigga. That's because you got a history of nigga in your phone.
Right. Right. And just like this guy, like when you listen, like I mean, I know, just like think about that Dave Chappelle skit, you hear him say that and it's like that's a guy that say that all the time.
Yeah, yeah. Nick saying nigga is a part of your regular vocabulary. You just not man enough to admit it.
Hmm.
And that's one of the issues. Like and of course we know he's in damage control because what they're saying is OSPN being his network that he owns and operates that he uses to broadcast these games. So now he's losing money, and he don't want to lose no money because they're not going to use his broadcasting network. Maybe not. We don't know. This is Oklahoma, so Florida
That's
ain't that
true.
different. So um,
True.
it's just funny, man. Like it's just funny these moments like this. But like you said, though, it is a reminder for us that racism ain't over, and a reminder for white people that we ain't forgot.
Hmm.
Definitely ain't forgot. So,
But
dude blamed it on his diabetes.
bro,
Diabetes, like,
I was going to go back to that, man. When I saw that part, I couldn't believe it. I was like, I did not expect that. I expected, the usual, like I'm gonna learn from this, and it's not who, like what you said, this not who
it's
I
not who
am,
I am.
that kind of stuff. But I ain't never expect nobody to say I was in a diabetic situation. That's why I was.
Yeah,
That's
he had
my
a
rating.
flare up. He had a flare up. Hey, he ain't have no issues before he thought the mic was off. But he had a flare up while he thought the mic was off, and then when he thought the mic was back on, he back level. Like, wow, what
He
type
must.
of medicine you take?
I would say he must have ate a Snicker bar or something.
And took some tussin or something. That's funny. Hey man, That's the worst lie since the person who called the people the Nakers. To my, he was trying to say Lakers, but he said the Nakers. Like that's the word. That's the worst lie since the Nakers lie. So yeah, hey man, you got to be slicker than that. You got to be quicker than that. Hey man, that's another episode, episode 20, man. This